What is up, my beautiful people? Hope you're all having a terrific day today. Exile451 here with you again to make it even better. Going back to r/random acts of kindness again for some stories I'm sure you're gonna love. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the kindness. My neighbor buzzed me in at 3:30 a.m. So, I'm taking care of my dogs while my mom is away on a cruise, and of course, they never wake her up in the middle of the night to go out, but they do to me multiple times. One of the dogs starts doing the little bark thing, so I take them out. I live on a third-floor condo in a locked building. Triple checked to make sure I had my keys, I did, but when we got back to the door to come back upstairs, my key wasn't going into the lock. Weird. After about a minute of trying, I realized someone's key had broken off in the lock, and the door was shut tight, locked. Half crying, I tried to use my key to turn the part of the key that was already inside the lock. No dice. The dogs start freaking out. We can get buzzed in, but I'm home alone. I had to pick some poor, unsuspecting sleeping person to wake up to hopefully save me. I don't know any of my neighbors well, so I picked my next door neighbor. He also has a dog. I don't know much about him other than he's a saint because he buzzed me in. I tried to thank him, but I guess he had gone back to bed. So I left him a note outside his door and put a textbook in the door downstairs so that wouldn't happen to anyone else. I'm just overwhelmed with emotion because I really thought me and the dogs were gonna have to chill in the car overnight. Now, there's no more sleeping for me tonight. Phew, that was a doozy. Well, OP, you're right. That is a very saintly thing for a neighbor to do. Honestly, that's asking quite a lot for him to just be able to get up at 3:30 and buzz you in. Still, though, you're lucky to have neighbors that are that trusting of you to be able to half zombie-like buzz you in, not knowing anything that might be going on. That's a wonderful story, and it really is just those kind of small little everyday miracles, those tender mercies, if you will, that really do make life so much better. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, random lady. I could never repay you for your kindness. I have PTSD, among other mental illnesses, so I tend to take my dog with me everywhere. I get too lonely, and that lonesomeness becomes depression. Today, I took Astro, my doggo, with me on my errands. I went to Aldi, as per usual, and roll down all the windows and park in a shady spot by a patch of land. Now, my doggo is rather large, probably around 50 pounds. He's bigger than the average medium-sized dog, but too small to be considered a large dog. I try to be quick in the store to avoid him getting too hot and whatnot. I am always less than 10 minutes. Mostly around 5 though. When I come back to my car, to my horror, a lady 2 cars away from mine sits on her passenger side door with it open and is holding my dog by the leash as he lays panting on the asphalt. I fear the worst for my pupper, as I've heard many Karen stories of people thinking they can just take someone's dog. She sees the look on my face and knows Astro belongs to me. RL is the random lady. She was short and fairly overweight, probably in her 40s to 50s, which made this even more incredible and kind of her, considering how large my dog is. I think she may have been physically disabled. RL, do you want your dog back? Me, yes, oh my gosh, Astro, what happened? RL, what was his name? Me, Astro, what's going on? RL, well, you left all the windows to your car open, and your dog apparently needed to go potty and jumped out of the window to do his business. Me, I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. RL, I saw him do this and he was headed for traffic and I couldn't let him do that. Me, I can't thank you enough, ma'am. I am so sorry for your trouble. RL, oh, it wasn't easy for me, but I stepped on his leash and sat here and waited. He nearly knocked me down. He's one strong dog. Me, probably continuing to apologize and thank her. RL, oh, it's okay. I know it's hot and you want your dog to stay cool, but you left your doors unlocked, your phone in there. I could have taken everything. Me, I know, I just wanted him to stay cool. RL, it's quite alright. I had a wolf husky die about 2 years ago, so I know what it's like to love a dog. Me, I'm so sorry to hear that. There's a shelter nearby if you'd ever like to adopt. RL, oh, I know, honey. I just don't have the strength to take on a dog anymore. I live on the second floor of an apartment, and I also have a cat. Me, I can't thank you enough, ma'am. I am so sorry for your troubles. If you're out there, random lady, I can't thank you enough for saving my dog and my entire family the tragedy of his death or losing him forever. Thank you so much. I gotta be honest, OP, I'm not sure where you're coming from with calling a husky a medium-sized dog. Everyone I've ever run into has always been a large-sized one, but I guess we all have our different definitions. Regardless, that is a wonderful story of just someone being neighborly and going out of their way to prevent someone else from having to suffer a tragedy. It could have been so easy for her to just let your dog run off, or to be able to, like she said, take everything out of your car, and yet she did the humane thing. She went out of her way to make sure your dog was safe. Thank you so much for sharing your story. That is a wonderful one that just goes to show there are still good people out there. Shopper helps me out. This just happened 5 minutes ago, and I am still walking around with a smile. So I volunteer at a small cat shelter located inside my local PetSmart. I was bringing a huge bin of cat food for the cats inside a small room with cat cages. The door to the room is heavy and often gets stuck, requiring for me to tug it a few times to get it open. So I have the bin in my hands and the door is obviously locked. Thus, I have to insert and turn a key, and meanwhile keeping the key turned, open the door. I was struggling to do it with a huge bin of food, and a random passerby shopper walks by, and as soon as he sees me, immediately drops what he was doing and rushes in to help. Shopper, let me hold that for you. He takes the bin from my hands. Meanwhile, I open the door. Me, thank you so much. Shopper, Mom raised me to be a gentleman. He smiles and hands me the food bin. Have a great day. Me, you too, thank you so much. I was a little bit surprised. Nevertheless, I walked in happy. A random act of kindness. Aw, that's a sweet story, and a testament to that guy's mom about raising him right to see someone in need and step in and help. Like I said with the previous story, it just goes to show there are still good people out there that are willing to just go out of their way to help a complete stranger. Thank you so much for sharing the story, and I hope you're having success at that shelter with getting those cats adopted. I gave away my skateboard. When I was younger, I tried skateboarding. My board ended up in the shed because of the lack of good spots to practice and me finding my Xbox more interesting. It was in good shape and just sat there nice and dry for a couple of years, completely forgotten. Until, driving around enjoying my Miata, I came across a new little skate park with 2 kiddos practicing. I noticed only one had a board and the other one was just standing there waiting for his turn. My old board popped into my head and I rushed back home to get it and hopefully be back before they had left. I/he was lucky because I gave the kid my skateboard and wished him good luck with it. My reaction at first was bittersweet because he was suspicious until he saw that I meant it. It made such an impact on me that I'll never forget it, and hopefully he'll do the same for someone else. Wow, OP, that is just an incredible act of kindness. Depending on how good they can be, skateboards can be fairly expensive. And for you to just give one away is incredibly remarkable of you, to just show that act of kindness to just a complete stranger of a kid. Thank you so much for just being a decent human being and for going out of your way to make a little kid's day, and for sharing your story. Thank you all for watching today. I'm truly super grateful for all the support you've given the channel and the absolutely incredible growth it's seen. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Until then, I'm Exile451. Stay beautiful, people.